Hi, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about a show where I went at the end of January. Yes, I'm a little late to talk about it. Actually, I needed some time to digest what I saw, what happened, the situation, what I was planning to do, how I felt, and many things happened in the meantime, so that's why I'm posting this video so late, but it's better late than never. So I'm going to talk about this specific night, that specific night at Zebulon. If you never came to my channel before, welcome first and thank you for being here. I usually talk about music, but not only. I also talk about decluttering, and I also talk about arts and crafts and many other things, but it's true that I'm mostly focused on the music. So I'm located in Los Angeles, that's why I go to attend shows in Los Angeles. So that day, so it was yes, it was on January 31st of this year, 2020. I went there first because there was Hooveriii in the show, and Hooveriii, there is someone named Gabe who is a part of the band Hooveriii, and that I knew before going to the shows and before knowing even that he was belonging to several bands. So it's kind of, I cannot say a friend, but it's someone that I know, and that's why I wanted to go there. Then it was his birthday. I think his birthday was the day before, or his birthday was at the end of January anyway. And I came across him at the bank a few weeks before, and I told him that I was going to come, so as I usually do what I say, I went. And also it was not free, the show was not free, and it was not far from $20 I paid before going, so I didn't want to lose my money, that's why I went. That's one of the reasons why I went, not only because of the money, also I wanted to see the show. Before I start, I want to let you know that Rustin Man, who doesn't live in Los Angeles, he used to be a part of the band Tok Tok. He used to be the bass player of Tok Tok. It's a British band from the 80s, but now he has his own band named Rustin Man, where he creates the music mostly and the lyrics. He's about to release a new album, so I took notes. So his first album was Drift Code. I did a video about that. I will write the link to this video in my description box. And now the new album, the name is Clockdust, and it will be released on the March of 20th, according to what he said. So I recommend, if you like Tok Tok, or if you like Rustin Man, or just if you are curious to see, I recommend that you go to check his Instagram page. I will write the link as well in the description box, and so you will be able to follow what is going on, what is new. I'm very surprised that he's releasing a new album so soon. Well, so soon, it's not so soon, but well, he took a lot of time to do Drift Code. I thought that he would take as much time to do the next one, but obviously not, and good for us. I'm very curious to hear his new album. Very soon we will be able to do so. I precise that I'm not sponsored by Rustin Man. Nobody asked me to talk about that. I'm not paid for talking about that. It's just that I like Rustin Man. Paul Webb, his real name. He's a really nice guy. I, of course, want to do whatever it takes to help him as much as possible. Of course, he doesn't need me to be helped, but you know, if I bring just one person to him, it's already that. I do as much as I can because I think he deserves it, and especially his album Drift Code is really good. So of course, when people create good music, I'm always there to encourage them. And of course, I will keep you posted when I have some news. So let's go back to that day at the end of January. It was not planned, but just maybe a few days before the show, my son asked me if I could go to his place because his wife and him were going. They went to Oregon, if I remember well, and they wanted me to babysit their pets. They have 2 cats and 1 dog, and I have a cat. So I had to go to my son's place to keep all the pets and to sleep there. So I said yes because I love all the pets. But it was honestly not very convenient because I had to go to the show, then go back to a place which was not mine. Before going to the show, I had to drop my cat. And even though they know each other since a long time, it seems that cats don't have a very long memory, because every time they see each other again, it's like if they completely forgot what happened before, and like if they don't know each other, and at the beginning they start fighting or hiding or not eating or disappearing in the house, or it's always a nightmare for me. Mostly for me. The whole day was a mess. I had a lot of things to do for my work, and I had to go to the post office, and fortunately a friend of mine dropped me at the post office, brought me back, so I was not so tired. But still, I had so many things to do that day that already when I dropped the cat, I got ready to go to the show, I was already tired. I was already not in the mood to go out, and especially I was worried for the pets. When I left, I was wondering how it was going to be while I'm not there. So I was a little worried not to be there to check on them. I arrived at the show. I arrived just on time. I think they were saying at 8 p.m. or 8:30, something like that. And I arrived just at the time recommended. And they told me, sorry, they are still doing the sound check. They are not ready. Please wait. Okay. So I was sitting in the cafe part. At a point, I was waiting outside. I didn't want to drink some kind of alcohol or anything because I was already tired. Alcohol makes me more tired than I am, so I didn't need to add on that. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and every time I was going, they were saying, no, sorry, they are not ready yet, you cannot come in the space where there is the show, you still have to wait. So I waited. Not only me, all the people were waiting. We waited more than 1 hour. It's a lot. So I was already worried for my pets, and then waiting for I don't know what started being a little annoying. So finally we could come in. It's very dark inside. You are really in the dark. So I arrived. There was still a little light, but it's a very dark place. When I say dark, I mean no light. And I saw that there was like big steps of stairs where people could sit. But when I say steps, not small steps. Each step was about the size of half of me. I'm 5'4", so you imagine big steps. So there was some space to sit at the top. It was not very high, but still I had to climb. I'm not 20 anymore, so I walk a lot. I'm not someone who makes a lot of sport. I love swimming, I love walking. Anyway, I'm not what I call a very sport woman. So I had to climb to sit at the top. It was a little complicated because some people were already sitting at the bottom and I was afraid to fall on them. So I managed to climb to be able to sit at the top. I was sitting. I had a very good view on the stage. Where we were sitting, it was really not comfortable at all. It was not the best condition to attend a show, but I was glad at least to have a space to sit. So there were 3 bands playing. There was Triptides, there was Hooveriii, and then there was this band coming from Mexico, Los Dugs. Triptides, it's incredible because the guys on stage reminded me of guys that I knew when I was 16. And the music, very 60s, 70s, it's incredible. It was like making a jump in the past. Already when I go to see Heavy Flowers Bongo Band or Hooveriii, I already have the feeling to be in the 60s, 70s. But with Triptides, it's even more obvious. For example, here. It makes me think of I See Your Hair Is Burning. It's LA Woman, The Doors. 1971. It's exactly the same kind of music. It was incredible. It was not making me think only of the Doors. It made me think of many other things. I didn't enjoy completely their show because I was looking at the drummer. Because there was something very weird about the drummer. He seemed very stiff. He was playing well. I appreciated his way of playing well. I'm not an expert in drums, but I was appreciating his way of playing. But he was very stiff in his way of playing. What I mean is that when drummers play, very often the movements are natural. For example, if you look at Keith Moon, all the body is moving. It's like a dance. All the body moves, the head, the shoulders, the arms, the legs. When you play drums, it's exactly the same thing. You have the hand, which makes one thing, the other hand, which makes another thing, the leg, which makes something else, sometimes the other leg, which makes something else also. And very often your head is moving also, and the shoulders, and it's like a natural movement. Look at John Bonham of Led Zeppelin, the way he's playing, all the bodies in movement. Keith Moon, it's very typical. And even look at Hooveriii, the drummer of Hooveriii. Same thing, he's very rock and roll, he moves by a very natural way. But this drummer of Triptides was very stiff. And I couldn't stop looking at him, his way of playing, because I was all the time wondering how can he get such a good result by being so stiff. That was really surprising me. Because I thought he must be hurting at the end of the show. He's so tight. that was my consideration. If I must remember one thing about this band, actually two things about this band. They were very 60s, 70s, and the drummer had a very stiff way of playing drums. That's what I noticed. But I really love this band. I recommend that you check on them because I really love them. Sometimes the drummer had his mouth open, and it reminded me of my cousin who used to be a drummer when he was younger. Actually, he still is, but he has a studio now. My cousin, when he was a child and he was playing drums, he was always playing with the mouth wide open, and always my step-grandfather was telling him, close your mouth, the flies are going to go in your mouth if you stay like that. Every time I see a drummer with the mouth wide open, it makes me think of that. Because when we play I don't play really well drums, but when we play drums, even when you are a beginner, you have a tendency to make weird faces when you play, because probably your attention goes to the way of playing and you don't pay attention on how your face is, and sometimes you do weird faces by playing drums, so it made me think of that. I have the feeling that I knew that. So is it a cover? Is it their song? I don't know. I'm wondering if it doesn't make me think of I don't even know what it is. It's from the 60s, 70s, but what it is? What is it? Deep Purple? Slade? No. You know, I've been spending my whole morning searching what was this song. And it looks like that. I mix with something else. Yes, I mix with another song, with the other song. I think that I'm not going to sleep until I find what it is. It's knows what I'm talking about, please let me know, because I think it's going to drive me completely crazy. Then it was Hooveriii, so I love them. I just love them. Oh, the girl was not there, but whatever, I love them. For them, I was not disappointed with the show. There is such a good ambience when they play. They look at each other, they smile at each other. There is so much a good ambience between them. Reflects on the audience, and we feel good when we look at them. Because it's joyful and simple and fun and good music. It makes me feel like when I was a teenager, so I love that. I just love them. I love them. I love this part because it makes me think of LA woman, LA woman. It's very rock and roll. A lot of LA woman in this video, obviously. They are psychedelic and they are very rock and roll and they are very The Doors, and I love The Doors, so of course I love them. were done, I thought already. It seemed to me very short. So it's probably because I know the song. Because I came for them. That it looked to me very short. But it was not, because the time was passing. It was not so short. It was just that I wanted more. That's it.
We're number 3.
So then it was Lost Dog Dogs. They took a lot of time to settle. I read, before going to the show, I read online that this band was around 50 years old. 50, not 15, 50 years old. And I thought, how is it possible? So I understood probably that the main person, the singer, very good musician, very good singer, probably he was the one who lasted so long.
We are happy to be here this night, tonight, to a lot of rock and roll. And, well, it's practically LA, isn't that right?
But obviously, the musicians who were with him were much younger. People were coming for them mostly. I saw a lot of people arriving when they started. from Mexico, I understood. At a point, the singer asked who was Latino or coming from Mexico, and everybody raised their hand, and I thought, okay, wow. Am I the only French in this place? Is French Latino? I'm not sure about that. I felt kind of very lonely because I don't speak Spanish, but I understood what the guy was saying in Spanish because Spanish is very close to French. So very often I understand what they are saying. It doesn't mean that I would be able to speak Spanish, but at least I can understand a little. The place was full of people. It was very crowded. It was full. And I was surprised to see so many people, and I was still at the top of my steps, sitting there. It was uncomfortable. I was afraid to fall. I couldn't look down because it was giving me kind of vertigo, and I thought, wow, how long it's going to last. And it made me think of Santana. Not exactly, but it made me think of Santana a little. And listen to the percussion, very typical of Santana. That is very rock and roll. Very Johnny Hallyday. It's a French singer who passed away not a long time ago. This is totally Santana. Da 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 da. Oh la la, that was Santana. Jethro Tull also. Yes, it makes me think of Jethro Tull. At a point, I had to decide to go because it seemed to me that it was going to last a very long time. The singer was talking between the songs, and he didn't seem to show that the show was about to finish. So I thought, okay, it's going to last a very long time, and I was worried for the pets. My mind was not on that, and I regret because I really liked it. When I listened to it again, I really liked it. Growing up, the big music is there. very good ambience, and the audience, people were very happy, it seems to be there. But I really had to go because I was worried about my pets. Then it became another problem because I managed to climb, but I didn't know how I was going to get down, and I had some people sitting just under me, and I was afraid to fall on them. I had to decide to do it, to take the risk. At a point, someone stood up and went away. One of the people under me went away, and I thought, it's my shot. I must try to get down there. So I basically jumped. I jumped. I hurt myself a little. I hurt nobody except myself, and I managed to go away. I wanted to say goodbye to Gabe and the other ones, but Gabe was talking with someone, seemed important. Everybody was busy, and it was the problem. It was so dark. It was even difficult to find people because it was so dark. And at a point, I saw Gabe's girlfriend. So I went to talk to her. I had a small present for both of them, Gabe and his girlfriend, because it was Gabe's birthday, something really small. So I gave that to her, and I left because really I was worried. So I left. I arrived really very quickly at my son's place because it's really very close. When I arrived, every pet was still alive, except that I couldn't find Eddie, the red cat. So I searched for Eddie, and I searched, and I searched, and I searched, and I searched, and finally I found him. He was hiding in the springs of my mattress. And the next day it was Ziggy who was hiding. And long story. I'm not going to tell you the whole story of the weekend because it was a weekend spent searching for the cats. But at least they are all alive and they are all fine. However, all this made me think. It made me think that I should be more picky about where I go. Not that I don't like Zebulon, I like this place, but it's big. There were a lot of people, it was crowded, and it was really not convenient to sit there. I'm not 20 anymore. As much as I love music and I love to go to listen to music, I don't want to climb things to sit. I don't want to jump and take the risk to break something when I leave. And I don't want to wait during 1 hour to see a show. So of course I couldn't know that in advance. Then just after that I thought, okay, now I will choose where I go. Of course that was particular. It was because it was Gabe's birthday, so, and I said that I would go, so I wanted to honor what I said. But now I want really to choose the place where I go and make the things convenient for me. And it must not be complicated. Music must be fun. Unless I go with someone, if someone comes with me and carry me, help me at least not to fall down, then maybe, yes. But then what happened in the meantime? Already I was wondering about the coronavirus when I went to the show. I was wondering if it was safe or not, but I went anyway. Now the things are getting worse and worse every day, and I'm thinking, you know what, anyway, it's not a good idea. It's difficult. First, it's difficult to go alone first. I go because I film, because it's for my videos, because I love music, and because it's interesting and I love listening to music live. At my age, it's also a little weird because you are in a place where all the people are young, it's fun and they are nice, and you have the feeling to be among kids. But at a point, you want to spend time with people who can talk with you without having the feeling to be the teacher and you have kids all around you. You see what I mean? Sometimes I like to have a conversation with someone who is a little more of my age, let's say, because it's a little more, I don't know, of my age. Simply, it's just that I love these kinds of musics because it reminds me so much of my childhood or even teenage years that of course it makes me happy, but I can listen to that at home. I don't need to go there, but I will go back when the things get better. The show was great. It was not their fault. It was my situation which was complicated that night. It was not their fault at all. So I hope that wherever you are not affected by this virus. It's kind of scary, but we must not panic because most of the people get over it. So we must not panic. We must just be careful, wash our hands, not shake hands, avoid going to visit very old people, fragile people when we have a cold because we don't know what we have exactly. I've been drinking a lot of lemons, so lemons, it's a good remedy for all kinds of virus. I'm not saying that it's going to cure this virus. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. So you don't have to believe me. I'm not a doctor. It's just that lemon is a good way to make your immune system stronger. Lemons cured a lot of things. I don't know in this case if it works, but it doesn't hurt to drink lemons anyway, so you don't take any risk by drinking lemons. Lemon juice, so fresh lemon juice with a little water, with honey or sugar if it's too hard for you to swallow that. The water can be cold or warm. Usually it's cold before the meal, warm after the meal. It's up to you to decide. Also, I give you a trick. Once again, I'm not a doctor. You don't have to believe me. I'm just telling you what I do. Something as simple as that. Thyme that you find in any grocery store. You make a tea with that, like if it was some tea. You drink that. Last time I was sick, I had a kind of flu. It was like 6 months ago, something like that. I think it was the flu because I really was very tired and I was really down and I could barely stand up. And at a point I thought, oh, by the way, I have that in my pantry. Why don't I drink that? So I started preparing that for myself. So if you don't like the taste, you can add some sugar if you want, or honey if you want. I'm able to drink it without sugar, but maybe it's better with sugar. Anyway, I drank that. I started sweating like crazy, but sweating, I had to change myself several times because I was sweating and sweating, and I was sleeping and sweating and sleeping and sweating, and I did that several times, and 2 days later it was done, like if I completely evacuated completely the flu. So I thought, oh, that is a good thing to remember. So I'm drinking lemons, I'm drinking that, because you know you can have the coronavirus without even knowing it. And I wash my hands a lot. I clean my hands a lot. I recommend that you do the same. Don't panic, just be careful. Be responsible not only for yourself but also for other people. Stay at home. I'm sorry to talk about that, but we cannot ignore that. It's among us and we have to deal with it right now, so it's better to deal with it rather than ignoring it. Thank you so much for watching my video and I see you very soon. Bye bye.